We're live.
Yep.
Just hanging out, waiting for people to show up. It's I literally waving to Will Trinidad, one of our crack camera people.
The man.
I honestly am amazed at how good the people we work with are at their jobs.
Oh yeah.
When they are out this late consuming alcohol.
Look,
we got an early start tomorrow. A lot of these guys have an early start tomorrow, and a lot of them are like 3 or 4 beers deep right now.
you know they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. the path to TV is paved with
They'll do things to you, man.
it is paved with hotel burgers and beer.
These guys work their butts off.
They really do.
They don't get enough. I wish we could give them more credit, give them more camera time. Like Will Trinidad is one of our camera guys that's sitting over there at the bar. He's out lugging cameras. He's in like the game camera spot, doing all kinds of stuff. More people filtering in here. I'm just gonna press record here.
Well,
Doink. There we go.
One thing. We started recording in the middle of a conversation, but I will say that one of the things I love is at the beginning of the weekend every year we do a big broadcast meeting, and Rothy has people like put up their hands for like how long and hold up for as long as and there's a significant portion of people that, despite all their experience in the TV world, keep coming back for multiple years on because they genuinely love this job.
Man, I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right, we got people going in here.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's funny because I was hoping we could get, I don't know if he'd do it, Dave Ryan on one night, who's hosting the ESPN show.
Yeah.
So I'd love to get his perspective on things, just because he's from outside the CrossFit world. He's done a ton with the NHL,
It's different.
college football, college basketball. The guy's a total pro,
Yeah.
and he's hosting the desk show.
Tomorrow would be good because it'll be Saturday night at the Coliseum, which is like a big moment.
Yeah.
He got started to get the realization, I think, today of like how loud this crowd gets.
Yeah.
And like what
You guys
that
had a
looks
great
like.
view.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay. Well, let's get going. What's up, everybody? It's the end of day 2. It's late. We're in the hotel lobby. The bar's over there. We changed locations. This was like a little more comfy, we thought.
Yes.
As I was saying before we started going here, the vast majority of our TV crew is over there drinking alcohol, and I don't know how those guys can function, man, because they got early call times. They got to lug cameras all over the place. They're out in the heat all day.
Yep.
And they do a great job. But let's talk about day number 2, because there has been no shortage of excitement here. This is the most chaotic games that I've seen through 2 days in a long time.
Yeah.
There's really only one certain thing, and that is Roman Krennikov is most likely going to finish on the podium. I don't want to say win yet. He's got a 100-point lead right now. He's in first place.
You're not
Hey,
convinced
there's
yet,
Tommy
Sean?
Osgood. We want to say hi to men's lower extremity
Tom.
champ.
Oh.
Or no, seated. He's a seated
champ.
Yeah, seated champ. That guy's a muscle grinding cash bag.
Dude.
That dude is fit. Dang.
Genetic beast.
He is a genetic beast lobster.
Wide arm thunder compound.
But as I was
We
saying,
got a million of them.
I mean, listen to here. I'm just going to go down the top for the men here. Roman Krennikov, he's got a 100-point lead on Jeff Adler. Chandler Smith is in third.
Yeah.
Jay Crouch, Brent Fikowski. Those are your top 5. All right. Jay Crouch, I think, is the real surprise here. Actually, Rob Forte, his coach, is running around here someplace. We talked to him before we came on, and I asked him, I go, what's the difference? He goes, he's just working harder. The talent's there. He just decided to do a lot more work.
He said he's done almost 3 times as much training as he has in years past.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
nuts.
look at him go. He's staying healthy and he's looking great out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, James, you're absolutely right here. Like this is we were actually talking about this today.
We got Jason.
Oh, it's Jason Khalipa. You wanna sit down?
Hanging
Do we get
out.
on a mic for him?
I was just looking at your setup.
What's up? What do you think? Say hi to the people. We're live on YouTube right now. Look, 2008 Fittest Man on Earth. How you doing?
What's up, bro? Hey, we're live on YouTube, man. You guys look good.
Thanks. So do you. You were on ESPN tonight. You had to wear a collared shirt and makeup. How'd that go for you?
So I wore a collared
Ooh.
shirt. I did not wear the makeup.
Oh,
Wait, why?
yes,
I
he
may
did.
or may
That's
not
part
have
of
had
TV.
a dab of
A little foundation.
I got video. I'm about to release it to the public.
I'll put it on Reels.
You know what they say? The woman said they said that I would glisten if I didn't put
It's
a little
true.
bit of.
You need to
You need the
dampen.
powder.
I need a lot. Got the dome glare.
Sean needs it on the whole top of
They
his head.
just hit me with a giant bag of it.
Look at you guys got some people on here.
We're just starting out. It's late, but yeah, thanks for stopping by, man.
Well, unless you have a question for me, I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah, dude, go to
Oh,
bed.
man.
You got a busy day
Go
tomorrow.
get some
Good
rest.
night.
We got to
You're
run
an
it back
international
tomorrow.
television star, but I've been complaining about this all day. So the comment that's on
What?
the screen for people who are watching.
Okay.
CrossFit Games website calls all these workouts not tests.
Yeah.
Like, and it drives me nuts. It's like
It's
it's like
confusing.
you got to call them tests. They're tests. And I'm like, well, you guys don't even call them that on your website. So why can't I say events?
They make you say tests, but the website says events.
Yeah. And I think I've only messed up once that I know of. I said events.
So did you mess up or did the website mess up? Who messed up?
I messed. Well, I don't know. But anyway, I feel you, James. I'm with you on that one.
You know, I've caught myself a few times.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Nice to see you
Appreciate
again.
people stopping by. Thank you.
Sean's
Thank you
voice
very
is
much.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
We agree.
It's
we
the
agree.
moneymaker.
Wait, were you born with this voice?
I guess my
Like,
brother
when
sounds
you-
more or less just like me. So
I'm curious. Was it like you
it
hit
was like
puberty
between
and you're
6th and
like,
7th grade where I
whoa.
remember the summer, between 6th and 7th grade. I remember I came back in and like people were kind of making fun of me because
Making
things
fun of
clearly
you?
changed. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I sounded different than I did. Like,
Your
it was
brother
like
does kind of sound like you, but you just have a little bit of extra
just years of
sauce, a
training.
little extra sauce on it. You know, it's like he's got the roast beef, you've got the roast beef plus au jus. You know?
Ooh.
Oh
Ouchie.
man, yeah. So, hey, before we get keep going any farther here, I want to thank GoRuck. They've been our partners here. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now. They got these new ballistic trainers. Yes,
The fit.
I'm telling you, how comfortable are they?
This is the first day my feet didn't hurt. As
See?
much as I like my Nikes for fashion, like
Yeah, I mean,
it wasn't doing
these
it
are
for
great.
another day.
They got a deal going on their website. Check them out. So yeah, you can scan the QR code, go to goruck.com, and they also got a cool program if you're an affiliate owner. They got the gym partnership program.
Yeah,
Gym partner program.
They sent those details over, and I was pretty impressed because, obviously, they'll give you wholesale discounts on gear. There'll be discounts for your affiliate members. But one thing in talking with them, and we know a bunch of people over there, they said we show love to the coaches and affiliate owners. And so if you become a partner with us, we want to make sure you stay flush and kitted out with gear, which is awesome.
Okay, now back to the competition. I read the top 5. Bjorgvin Carl Gudmundsson is in Bjorgvin, which is 6th.
He's in Bjorgvin place.
That number 6 should just be his face, where he's going to be.
Move over, Drake.
Yeah,
We got a new 6 god over here.
Yeah.
Pat Vellner has finished 6th now 4 times.
Yeah.
4 times.
4 times
He
in
is
6 tests. He's in 7th.
He has only ever finished 6th or 27th.
It's one or the other. Yeah, he's in 7th. He's got 392 points. Yellow host of Bailey Martin, Yonakoski. And in case you're wondering, Justin Medeiros is in 16th place, 321 points. He is 111 points out of a podium spot. So let's talk about that first, because everybody who comes up to me asks me the same questions, like, what's wrong with Justin? What's wrong with Justin? I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, he did not look great in the semifinals. He had that fantastic performance where he won that one test and really just crushed everybody. And just he did have a couple wrecks on the bike. One that was pretty bad, like went over the handlebars, but has just not looked like himself. And I don't know if that's a big cause of it, or if there was something else. But he
it's
just hasn't looked like
interesting
himself.
At semifinals during interviews, it was almost like you could see the fire that he was so upset in his placement, and he was coming back with vengeance, and there was blood in the water, where when you see him on the floor, it's almost like he's losing his like his light is dimming. You don't see the fight in his eyes. And maybe I'm looking too deep into his body language and facial features. He hasn't said this, but it feels different than how he felt or looked at semis.
Yeah, there were moments the last couple of years where like it would be almost like it'd feel like this moment where like, all right, this is like the fork in the road for you. And he always took the side where he would start to accelerate. You know, whether it was that sprint clean event where he split the difference between Brent and Pat, in that middle lane and accelerated up and started to ascend. We thought maybe we're going to get a little bit here. Obviously had 2 strong performances to start the day, but that 30th in an event that I think he would normally do really well in. He is great. He's very good with a quick turnover on dumbbell snatches. He's typically a great runner, good at upper body pulling. This is like a good mixture type test. You look at like, these are the types of tests that he does well on. The one test he won was a similar mix of weightlifting, gymnastics, monostructural, like that trio.
Yeah.
So something's off. It's that scene in every like space or getaway movie where you're like, they're trying to get away and they're like, all right, punch it, and they hit it and he starts to fire him. He goes.
So when Han Solo's putting the Falcon into a,
Yep.
or it's not my fault. That was Lando Calrissian, actually.
Exactly.
Don't come after me, nerds. Had to get that right.
So it just seems like that like fourth, fifth gear isn't quite there.
Yeah. That's a good way
It
to
reminds
explain
me
it.
a lot, and I mentioned this, I think, yesterday. It reminds me of it was Sam Quant at the MAC a couple of years
Yeah.
ago. Remember, he was coming off that great performance in 2020, and then we expected something really good at the semifinals.
Yeah.
And we found out he was dealing with some sort of health issue, but
Yeah.
it's kind of the same look. It's like, what? Come on, next gear, and it just isn't there. I mean, he finished. Justin finished, I think, 30th in that last
27th,
test.
37th, 2nd, 7th, 3rd, and then 30th. Yeah.
But I mean, a bunch of new names in the top 15.
I think it's been a lot of fun.
Our brackets are busted, guys.
yeah.
I was really hoping. Oh man, like I said, you just throw a dart.
Yeah.
Throw a dart because it's
It
going to be.
makes it exciting.
It's going to be just as accurate. But a lot of people and some people here in the comments are excited about Chandler Smith. And we got to talk about him. Second place, 432 points. He's only 11 back of Adler for second. We have been waiting to see the Chandler Smith that I think everybody knows exists. You see the talent. You saw it when he first broke onto the scene. You saw it at the Rogue Invitational back in 2019. He did really well there. That's when a game stick was up for grabs.
When he podiumed this year at Rogue, this past season at Rogue.
So it's certainly there.
It's funny that I think he's one of the people that when he gets just that, he's got that little bit of like swag. He's feeling good, like, and he's not taking it so seriously. He's at his best. He doesn't need to be that super serious, like super cerebral athlete. And if you didn't watch the ESPN broadcast tonight, obviously they're going to post everything tomorrow morning. When Chandler Smith got announced to the crowd,
they went nuts.
They went nuts, and he like skipped out. He like sashayed his way out.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
And here, go ahead.
Just when I spoke with him today, I said, "What's different? You seem like a different athlete on the floor." And he said, "I'm having fun with his career being in the military. Everything was always so serious that transitioning into a full-time athlete, he felt like he still had to be that way. And it was really hard for him to make a transition from everything is serious, professional. You have to like have this killer to let me just have fun and see what happens."
Yeah. And I got to give you props. If you go to our Instagram page, Lauren has been crushing it in these last few days. Some great interviews. Got a great interview with Laura Horvath. Got one with Adler. Got one with Chandler. I mean, it's been fantastic stuff. So if you guys just want some quick, good interviews after some of these tests, follow us on Instagram because Lauren has been doing some fantastic work there. But it was funny and stuff. We were having you weren't in there, but I wish you would have been in there. We were having our production meeting before before the final test, right? And we were talking about that final heat. Okay, we got Chandler, we got Roman. It's United States versus Russia. And we were making like all these Rocky references. And I was like, man, I said to Chase, I go, if Chandler wins, I'm just going to yell, "That was for Apollo Creed."
If I could change, you could change.
And I was
we all could change.
Oh, I just really wanted it to happen. But and because if you watch the Rogue Invitation, that Chandler and Roman are cool. It's like a But anyway, we were that would have been fantastic. But that final test was awesome. Those last two heats. That's one of those. I'm going to say workout. Hell with it. Workout. I'm in my own safe space here.
Wait till tomorrow.
That's one of those. Well, you looked at it on paper,
and
you're like, okay, this will be cool. But then you actually see it play out, and we had two fantastic races in the final heats, and it was awesome.
And I thought, you mentioned this earlier, and I think in some of the technical aspects of the coverage during these windows has been as good as it's been in terms of like how they've showed the field, the drone inside tonight. Dude,
that's so awesome.
Drone.
They followed them in, like that was so cool, and they've used it. They've used it, inside for some like cool overhead shots. Like it's been really cool. Yeah, Noel, if Chandler won, Hearts on Fire should have absolutely started playing.
Oh man,
one of the best soundtracks of all time, by the way.
Right now, there are 9 athletes on the leaderboard that are in the best position that they've ever been. 9 of the top 15 are in the best position they've ever been at the CrossFit Games.
That's awesome. And Bjorn Carl Gudmundsson just 6th place. There, Brent Fikowski,
Adler
is. All these guys are well within podium distance. I mean, we've seen big chunks of points get made up. Roman Krennikov is really the only guy right now who's relatively safe. He's got a 100-point cushion on Adler.
And here's what's really impressive: Yellow Host and Bailey Martin in 8 and 9. I think a lot of people expected a version of Yellow where like he might win a couple tests,
Mhm.
and he has been much more steady. I mean, he
Yeah.
obviously had the 30th and the 21st and back-to-back with Pig Chipper and medley, but today just keeps him right down the fairway. 12th, 4th, 14th, nothing too crazy.
Mhm.
Like the very BKG-esque in many ways, and like Bailey Martin. I mean, one finish outside of the top 20, but for a rookie, just that level of consistency, super impressive.
Mhm.
All right, women's side.
Let me go. Cuts.
Oh, that's right. Let's
Oh,
talk
yes.
cuts. Yes. Okay, let me go back to the men. Hang on.
Is this leaderboard unofficially official?
Oh, I'm looking
What's-
at it. Which one are you looking at? Let me see if I can share.
Yeah, maybe you have a more
I'll
officially
show-
official one.
Maybe I can give a little inside baseball here to some people.
Yeah.
Why,
I'm
is,
waiting
why
for-
is there like appeals or something coming?
I don't know if
No,
there was not,
no,
but
no,
let me
no, I
here. Let me
just-
see if I can. Let me see if I can show people what I'm.
The
looking at here.
leaderboard always looks a little bit different when I wake up in the morning.
All right.
That's true.
Here's
I'm
a little.
sneaky.
Here's a little inside baseball for people.
Let's hear
So
it.
this is the leaderboard that I get to look at in the system. I get to look at when we're calling play-by-play. It's called the CIS. All right, there's nothing secret here, so I'm not gonna. But this is what we get. So this is the leaderboard I'm looking at. So this should be relatively up to date. So I'll scroll down
Okay.
to. Let's go to. So, wow, Jason Hopper right now looking like he's getting cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I mean, at no point this weekend has he looked like himself.
This is unofficial,
Mhm.
by the way. So we got Hopper, Souza, Greasaver, Sager, Vino, Wazalowski, Cerveni, Douglas, and Semenov. Right now, the guy's getting cut, but Hopper, unless something changes, and that could happen, on the outside looking in by 5 points. I'm genuinely surprised. I'm shocked by that.
Shocked. And it's interesting because when we heard about the cuts and I was looking at the athletes and thinking about, man, I wonder when they're going to put that lift, because there's some athletes I really want to see lift.
Yeah.
When we saw cuts would be headed into Saturday, I was like, I don't know if we're going to see Jake Douglas, but Jason Hopper, no worries. He's probably going to put up some good numbers. And now he potentially is also cut.
Somebody asked us about on one of our preview shows, like who would be a surprise person to not make the cut? And maybe they're talking about a cut down to 20 on Saturday night.
Yeah.
Well, here
I'm
we
shocked
are.
that Jason Hopper is not.
Yeah. I think Cole Greasaber not making the cut.
Yeah.
Same with Cole
Mhm.
Sager, Alex Vigneault, those three guys. Very surprised that they're not
Yeah.
making the cut.
Oh, I just got a great text. Our call time is now 8 a.m.
What was it supposed to be?
like 7:15. Sweet.
All
I
right.
got some more time. All right.
Did I get that text? Or was it on the?
I don't know. Tim Paps, our producer for the broadcast.
Oh.
just texted
Is he
me.
related to Paul Paps?
I don't know. He might be. You should ask him. He's a
He
good
was
dude.
my
though.
old professor with
Oh.
the Dan Patrick Show.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I know. The more you know, right?
Okay, I'm going over to women. You want to start with cuts for the women here?
Mm.
Let me see
Yeah. Let's,
if I can call this up. All right, I'm going to share again. Share my screen. You guys can see the old commentator information screen.
Give
Little
me,
inside.
give me 1 second.
All right,
oh,
Tommy's got it. One
while
second.
you answer that, Emma McQuaid, did she not compete in the last workout?
Yeah, she did. She withdrew. She did.
She did. Did
Yeah.
you hear why?
No, I didn't. But we in a rare change, because CrossFit, when someone withdraws, they will never adjust the lanes. They always have like a blank lane out there.
Yeah.
So for her heat, they actually bumped a couple athletes in to keep everybody.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't notice.
Don't know why, but she did withdraw. Yeah,
Okay.
that did happen. All right, there's the leaderboard. Let's go to the cuts. Okay.
I don't know
Ooh,
that I'm
Sydney Wells right
surprised.
now, the last woman in, and this is unofficial. 204
Yeah.
points. Baker, Sagafi, Garnes, Wunye, Anganese, Michelle Bazette, Campos, Budebs, DeRoy, and then McQuaid withdrew. So those are the women who got cut. Here's your cut line here. I can zoom in on this. There we go.
Oh, Kelly Baker just missed it.
Yeah, man, it was
Mhm.
close.
He
Look how
just
close
missed
that
it,
was.
too.
It was
Yeah.
15 points separated 29th from 34th.
Mhm.
That is crazy. That stinks about Fee. She's such a good person. I wanted to see her continue
I
to
know.
compete.
She's a sweetheart.
Yeah. All right. Well, again, this is all unofficial. This could be updated. But let's go to the top of the leaderboard now. We'll scroll up. All right. Emma Lawson, she's in the lead. 477 points. Her worst finish has been a 15th. All right. Alexis Raptis sits in second with 458. 1 point up on Laurel Horvath. Alice Kazan is in fourth. She's only 8 points back a second. Ariel Lowen is what? 26 points out of second place. So it's tight for those podium spots. Jamie Simmons, courtesy of that test win, moved up from, where was she?
She was like 9th.
Here's another cool tool we have. We can click on the person's name and it'll tell you where they were.
Really?
Yeah. See, that's pretty neat, huh? So
Oh, yeah.
So
The
she was
CrossFit website needs that.
right. So she went to 8th to 12th to 10th, 9th. So she moved up 3 spots to 6th. So I'm giving away all of our industry secrets here, but that's the screen that we get to see. Then here's the other cool thing.
Oh, my call time just got moved later too.
High five on the late call time. There we go.
Nice.
Okay.
I love how late is 8 a.m.
Hey, man.
At the crowd. Yeah,
With
usually
this crew, it is.
we've had some gnarly ones in the past.
All right, but Emma Lawson, not surprised that she's doing well. Now I want to see how she does on the weekend because it was last year that she sort of faded towards the back end.
Mm-hmm.
We got what we got tomorrow. We got the 5K. We got the other
The lift.
event that I think I'm gonna say.
They-
event.
I don't think we know.
I
don't
think
think
it was
we
it
as in-
was announced. There was something up on the jumbotron as we were walking out.
Yep.
But I just want to make so that's I think been announced. You guys go to the website. I don't want to say anything that I'm not supposed to
For what? For what? Wait, about what?
about test
The
number
third test.
8.
Yeah, go
Because the morning's the 5K, then a test 8, and then we got the Olympic total at night.
Intervals.
The intervals, yes.
Yes, it's posted.
Mhm.
All right, let's dig into this. This is the first my eyes have seen it.
Okay.
2 intervals for time, box jumps.
Let me see if I can. Let me see if I
burpees.
find this for the people.
For the people. Ooh, rest until 6-minute mark.
I'm looking for it. Intervals.
Okay.
Can I click on that one? Boom. There we go. Okay. Let's share this. So if you're watching on YouTube, you don't have to go. You don't have to go searching for it.
So that's the second test of the day or the third one of the day?
That's it. That's the second. So here it is.
So 5K intervals and then end with the lift.
Yeah. So this is.
This right now, the website has the Olympic total listed second.
I don't.
But I don't think if you
that's
scroll back down,
right.
I don't think intervals is even on.
There's
Oh,
no
it
way
is.
that's right because I know we're doing the Olympic total for ESPN, so that's not right.
But we're earlier on ESPN tomorrow?
Oh, maybe I thought we.
Yeah, I want to.
Maybe it is. I don't know. I thought this was test 8 because that's what it said on check Instagram. But that's what it said on the
So
Instagram.
so Saturday there is an extra hour and 10 minutes after we're done on ESPN.
What do you know? I could have sworn it's the test 8.
The little
Imagine that. Anyway, the test that just got announced: 2 intervals for time, 21 box jump overs, 15 calorie row, 9 burpee box jump overs, 21 box jump overs. 50 calorie row, 9
Alex,
burpee box jump
Tino,
overs. So it's rowing and
Tomas.
burpee box jump overs. Here, our production team's here.
Our production team.
They're
You
hanging
may,
out.
you may,
What's up,
rem-
The
guys?
friends that make us.
you
look,
may remember
sound
them
good.
from their awful podium picks performance.
Awful. I recall them doing pretty well, actually. You like what you see, Tino? You good with the framing? Oh, you want to focus it a little bit? Go for it.
Yes.
Do what you need. Don't unfocus
What
it.
are you doing?
Don't touch other people's stuff, Tino.
We didn't do a good job. He's fixing us.
No, we didn't. Anyway, that's the test. We got
What?
to.
Yeah, we are. You didn't know we were live? Oh,
We're just talking to each other with the microphones.
see you,
Hey,
Rob.
see you, Rob. Rob
Hi.
Forte. All right.
Cool.
Huh? All right, we'll talk about that later.
Cool. Hey, don't be a cheapskate. Pay for the full version.
All right, let's get back to this. Sorry about that. It's with the hot mic.
Our top 5 moments. Oh,
Okay, we got a top 5.
it's up. I think it's mine.
It might be.
This one is rattly.
Damn.
Blue scored.
We got our top 5 moments over. We had to Jimmy rig it tonight, so the audio is a little different. But
Yeah. All right. Well, top 3. Lawson wrapped his Horvath. They're only separated by 20 points. Alex Kazan's in 4th. Ariel Lowen rounded out the top 5. But it's super close.
Again, we didn't really pick this order either.
No, but I
And
look.
again,
I got to
we're
give.
only
I got
halfway.
to give credit to Tommy because he did say on Fluffy Duck's thing that Alexis Raptis would be a sneaky pick for someone who could win. I've been super impressed with her. She did have, on the ski bag she was 37th, but everything else 5th, 3rd, 5th, 5th, 37th, 3rd.
well, more importantly, she had ski bag in a very big moment, came apart at the seams. How does she respond? She
Well,
goes
first-
out and wins the final heat.
Wins the final heat in dramatic fashion. It was
and
really cool.
attacks. That's Alex Gazan, the first the first athlete to take their shoes off, push a sled, put them back on, and still finish
Well,
in the
so
top
she was
three.
told she had to put them back on. That was a
Oh.
judge's call.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I think there are rules around you have to wear shoes.
Well, in
on the
your
floor for safety.
uniform and
Well, it's for safety.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
shoes aren't uniform technically.
oh sure.
Yeah, but most minutes spent in the penalty box. The only guy to take
Yeah.
off his skate and try to stab somebody.
Exactly. Okay,
You have
so
to have seen that movie.
Oh, I have no
see,
idea what you're
Kristen
talking
is
about.
backing
What
me up
movie?
here.
Happy Gilmore.
Yes.
Okay, you've seen that.
I
Movie.
just when you guys bring up references, how do you
Right.
fit all of those quotes
I
in
don't
your
know.
brain?
Because we don't have a lot else in there. Much else. So intervals is event 8, according to Kristen. Thank you, Kristen. That's what I thought, because I could have sworn we were ending. I know individuals don't close out the day tomorrow.
Oh, that's why.
I think teams do.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Bethany Flores and Emma Tall, top 10 right now. Paige Powers, top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive stuff so far.
Yeah. But it'll be, tomorrow's tests. I'm going to say, I want to say events. It's our podcast. I'm saying events. Tomorrow's
They're
events are going to be fun.
interchangeable.
Yeah. I'm trying not to get myself in in a trap. But yeah, that last, I really enjoyed that final heat for the women, man. Like Laurel Horvath, I thought had it, and then got hit with a no rep.
Yeah.
And struggled. And you guys, if you didn't get to watch it on ESPN, it will be posted tomorrow morning, so you can watch it online. But I think the other thing we need to talk about is the teams.
Yeah.
And Tim Paulson part 2 on the bike. I did not get to see this, unfortunately.
It was
I think I
awesome.
was in between venues. What happened?
So it was coming down to the final section of like the bike while handstand holding. Tim gets onto the bike and just like the Echo Press last year, just hammers it. Goes full send, finishes his portion, gets off, and you can see he's fired up, right?
Did he let his hair flow?
Oh man, he gets off, and I can only imagine what he said to Tola Moracanio could not be said in front of children or sensitive humans, because he basically threw some F-bombs around and was like, "Let's do this." And then Tola got on and sent it too, and they won that. I believe they won the heat. I don't know. Let me double check to make sure they won the test. Yeah, they won the test. And honestly, I think like my star. I'll save it. I'll save it for my performer of the day because I kind of give it to a pair of people.
Absolutely. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to get into that because it's late. You want to do moment of the day, athlete of the day. We'll update you on the team standings. CrossFit Invictus is first, 455. They're 12 points up on Oslo Navy Blue at 443, and then CrossFit East Nashville is at 410. Those are the only 3 teams that are above 400 points. No shortcuts. Pardon me, is close. They got 395.
Yeah, they're climbing. It's so funny. Like the teams actually seems like the most realistic. It's like Invictus Navy Blue proven top 3. Okay, no shortcuts is maybe the next conversation team for the podium, and then Mayhem Independence. You're like, yeah, that makes complete sense. Like that order, at least shortcuts and Mayhem in 4-5, and then any one of those top 3 teams in the top 3 in any order is like, all right, at least something is predictable in this world. But
all right.
Heart goes out to Ben Smith.
Did he really? Because there was a report that he tore his ACL.
I don't know the full story of it yet because I don't want to speculate fully on an injury, unless I know for sure. But he definitely did something to his knee. He came back out. It was taped up. He did the 5K. But yeah,
we got a couple texts from people behind the scenes after that, the Olympic lifting test for them, that he tore his ACL, but then he was back out there. So, I mean,
you can run with an ACL,
sure,
as long as it's a straight line.
Again, that's unofficial, but that was hopefully he is okay.
You getting attacked over
like
there?
a mosquito or something?
There was, and I really thought that I grabbed it, and then I didn't. I have so many bug bites.
Well, you've been out in the elements all day.
I'm not well.
All right, let's go. Moment of the day, athlete of the day. You want to start?
Okay, sure. There were so many head-to-head races that it's hard to pick, but the moment of the day that just made me smile and laugh was Yellowstone edging out on the run.
He's
Pat
a little bow there too.
And I asked Pat Vellner, I was like, could you hear him breathing? Could you smell him? Like, what was going on? He goes, I could see his shadow the way that the sun was coming. So he knew it was coming past him. But that was just fun to watch every single time. Just ran a little bit faster than Patty V, but then he took him when he came inside.
My moment of the day, women's third heat of Helena. Ellie Turner is the only athlete left on the field.
Yeah.
Coming in on that run.
Yep.
I was on a flight with her family on the way out here, my connecting flight. This is their first time seeing her at the games. They've never made it out to the games before. I know she's not having the weekend that she wanted. She's clearly struggling. Back was taped up, having a rough go of it this year. But they saw the entire CrossFit community in that Coliseum rallying behind their daughter there. And that was one of those moments. We talk about it all the time. Some people even say it's cliche at this point for our community where they cheer for the last person. But that was it exemplified yet again on the biggest stage. And I mean, and I think under normal circumstances, you could easily come apart, not even really want to hop up on the rig. I think that lifted Ellie up a little bit to even just try and crank out a few more reps. Yeah.
So Kristen Harrington is telling us that it's a partially torn patella tendon, and that came from Ben on the broadcast. So we don't always get to hear everything, but that's too bad for Ben. That sucks. All right. Athlete of the, so I'll do what we're doing moment
Your
of the
moment.
day.
Yep.
There's probably some recency bias here. I'm going to go either. It's kind of a tie to me between just the two final heats for Helena.
Yeah.
The great comeback from Alexis Raptis. I think Jeff Adler probably for me, just because that is not one of those things where you would pick him to smash that one based on all the running. And he had said something great in the post interview with Nikki Brazy. He looked at the crowd. He goes, "You guys didn't know I could run, could you?" And that's just another thing that he has now added to the repertoire, and why I think he will contend for a title one day. I don't know if he'll be able to catch Roman. We still got half the competition to go. But I do think he's a very strong pick to wind up on the podium. And that was a cool race to watch. I'm gonna go with Jeff Adler winning Helena.
And talking to a ton of athletes, there are certain tests, just competing with Roman over the years, not necessarily at the games, where he gets out in front and mentally the athletes are just like, let him go. It's his, right?
Yeah.
And so to see someone like reel them in, I likened it to a moment, if you remember back in 2018, when Laura Horvath on the two-stroke pull reeled in Katrin on a test that she would normally smash and maybe win. And it was like, oh, that's different. Maybe not necessarily a chink in the armor, but it's an opportunity where, hey, they're going to swing back now. Like,
when I spoke to Jeff, he said he did just that he reeled Roman in to kill him off.
Dang.
It's hilarious.
All right, who you got for your athlete of the day?
Okay, athlete of the day, I'm going to have to say Alexis Raptis, especially when I was speaking with her. She was not in a great mental headspace.
That was a pretty crazy thing they were
at the end. Yeah, at the end of last season. And then even after semifinals, she was questioning, whether she wants to compete, where she's at. And she's actually seen doctors to kind of help with mental health and getting the love for the sport and finding what really fills her cup. And I know even during the open season, she was talking a lot about just comparison on social media and how those things are super hard, and just seeing her happy and saying that she feels like she can finally show the world a happy and healthy Alexis is a huge thing. So she's the athlete for me today.
Athlete of the day.
I'm giving it to a pair. It's cheating. The East Nashville Proven Men.
Okay.
So obviously, like, Tim and Tola hammered that last bike, but they also went 4 for 4 on all their lifts today. In that
was big.
In that 2 lifts window where you might have to kind of take a chance with that second lift, that's huge. Tim snatched 285. Tola basically power snatched 305, and then they both hit 350 on the clean and jerk, with looking like if you had more time, they'd had more, maybe a little bit more in the tank, and could have taken an extra shot. That was huge for them. It really helped propel them. We talk about the strength of Andrea Nisler and Taylor Williamson, being the best female duo out there. I think, when you get big boosts from athletes like Tim and Tola who, swing a heavy hammer, that's how you climb your way back towards the top.
My athlete of the day is going to be Chandler Smith.
Good one.
Goes from He was 12th at the beginning of the day, goes from 7th to 2nd, and now in 3rd place. Love seeing him back and having fun. And the crowd is definitely going to be behind that guy tomorrow. I mean, it's going to be, we get inside the Coliseum for for that lifting event at the end of the day. Man, I can't wait for that. And he can lift some big weight. And we saw, I think back to the Rogue Invitational, that was a log, but we saw Chandler going head to head with Roman. Yeah. Chandler got the best of that. It was different. These are different, more technical lifts because it was. I was talking to Chase Ingram as we were walking over because we were talking about that. We were walking over to the Coliseum to call that final test, and he was like, "I won't use his exact words," but he's like, "Yeah, who can lift the most weight the worst?" Because like when in that log press, because you could just gut your way through that. So this is a much more technical thing, but. Could be a nice little USA versus Russia battle there. So I'm going Chandler Smith with my athlete of the day.
The quote that he had was like from Mark Twain, like the reports of my death are greatly exaggerated. Yeah. It's fantastic.
Great guy. All right, any parting shots before we go here?
Oof. I'm just kind of rolling through the tests in my head today. Yeah. It feels like it's all like such a blur right now.
Love seeing the alpaca the way it was supposed to be.
Yes. And it was fascinating to see how much more difficult it was for those athletes to push the sled. And I wonder if it's because it was wet last year and that made it a little bit easier, but it looked like they were struggling way more on the sled.
It was also overcast.
Yeah.
And the heat as a factor.
That sled wrecked him. Were they not allowed to wear cleats?
I don't know. I think so I was talking to Justin Kotler underneath, and I think they were given turf shoes, quote unquote. I don't know. I don't think they had cleats, but I think they had turf shoes.
I mean, if and I don't know if they were given specific instructions. We'll have to ask about that. But I mean, I would have ran down to the old Play It Again Sports and got some secondhand,
Apparently, clearly didn't help if Alex Kazan wanted to take off her shoes.
Well, here's the thing. Kotler also told me that Alex had cleats from a different brand, like they were Reebok cleats, and they wouldn't let her wear them.
Really?
That's what he said. Now, I'm probably missing some details here, but yeah, she had to go and put on those shoes that she kicked out of. But I don't think there were anybody out there that had like legit,
like soccer cleats.
I think they had, quote unquote turf shoes that they were wearing that they could get issued. So
I wonder if maybe those were the only regular training shoes they're allowed to wear, because I mean, I don't. It's possible that since it's a temporary turf that they didn't want like cleats ripping into it.
Yeah, but that stuff is.
I don't know.
Was there a rule last year?
I don't know.
I don't remember what shoes people wore.
The reason that that Justin Kotler told me is that Reebok doesn't sell that model anymore, so they could. And I don't know what justification that would give you for telling an athlete that they couldn't
who cares?
wear them.
What if I want to wear my shoes from 10 years ago that are out of stock?
But anyway, maybe they could have had a rule about no cleats, but they did have turf shoes, and they were wearing those. But Adrian Bosman told us in our meeting in the morning that we have with him that there are going to be athletes that get up to that thing and they push and they're going to go, oh, this is going to be tough.
I mean, Gazan looked punch drunk coming off the sled at one point.
Yeah.
She was like,
well, it was really hot out there during that.
During that was.
I was hot standing.
It was gross out there today. Like I do think, I mean, I've been here every year and I do think this is probably the hottest. It feels the muggiest and the hottest.
It does. And I don't know why.
All right. Well, we're gonna have our top 5 moments. Tommy and I did that earlier. That'll be posted on YouTube at some point. And again, go to our Instagram page and just check out all the great interviews that Lauren has with all the athletes today. I mean, you crush it. You're probably my athlete of the day.
Oh, there you
for
go.
Running around.
Somebody asked me today if I was competing.
Oh, wow, that's a compliment.
I was like, oh, no, but thank
Go
you.
on.
No, I chose to take the season off, but thank you.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I will say going under sub 8 in Helena, like we talk about like thresholds for benchmarks.
Yeah.
Back in the day, sub 8 for Helen was like 20 years ago. That's what kind of a lot of people shot for. Break 8, you're in the elite company for Helen, and now we have a dialed up version of people doing that sub 8, which is amazing.
Awesome. All right, well that's gonna do it for us, guys. I still gotta go write and voice a tease now. Try to get some sleep. Later call time though. All right. Well,
Extra
we will
20 minutes, baby.
Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow.
Makes a difference.
I want to try to get Khalifa on here. I think we can rope him into doing this tomorrow night.
I think so.
I think we end earlier tomorrow, so it's
good.
possible.
All right, good. We won't have to be up as late.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for hanging out. Really appreciate it. Check out all the stuff we got on Instagram. Again, Lauren absolutely crushed it today. And we will continue to do this each and every night. So take care of each other. For Lauren Khalil, Tommy Marquez. I'm Sean Woodland. Talk to you guys tomorrow.